to an afternoon edition of the Divalogues with Dr. Dina Marie, your host, and I'm so excited to bring you just some musings of the mind. Are you excited? Oh, I love to hear your excitement as well. So, what is today's topic about? And today's topic, I'm telling you, it's almost like a really mental gumbo of sorts. And getting ready for the New Year and holidays, we know how we like to have our gumbo, our black-eyed peas, our collard greens, our different things that really soothe our soul and our spirits. Well, this message is here and designed to do that as well. So today is about finding my happy place. And looking at finding my happy place, guess what? This happy place is my gift to you as well. So we're going to talk about kids, career, courage, and the unapologetic no. Yes, I said it. The unapologetic no. So, what is this about? Well, I'm going to tell you something. And this message, it may not resonate with everybody, but I damn sure want to tell you it resonates with me. And the first aspect of finding my happy place, it talks about our kids. And being a mom is one of the greatest pleasures, one of the greatest accomplishments that I can, profess to. But guess what? That, pardon my language, that shit gets old. And I'm going to tell you why. My son has had basketball practice every single day during his winter break. So the time that I took off to be able to make the family work and have some quality time has been spent with interruptions of driving to practice and picking up and basketball games and etc. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm super duper excited because he's happy, he's excited, he's engaged, he's involved. But you know what? Am I wrong as a mom to just want some downtime? I don't want to go drop you off. I don't want to go pick you up. I do want to cheer you on because I'm your biggest fan and your biggest supporter, but sometimes I'm tired. And by tired, it's not meaning tired of mind or spirit, it's that I just want that downtime. I don't want to have to plug in your schedule into my schedule and coordinate 4 different schedules to make it work. So I'm finding my happy place. I realize, and I'm sorry if you're not okay to admit it, I am. Sometimes kids get in the way of finding your happy place. You love them. But OMG, does it take a toll on who you are and what you want to do? Yeah, I know it does. And I'll tell you this, is that we love them and we're constantly giving to the sake that we forget sometimes who we are and how to give to ourselves. And so other things take a sideline and take a secondary and a back door because we're always giving to our kids. And that's what we as parents do, great parents do. And that's what we as mothers, it seems like that's what we were born to do. We feel guilty if we choose other. But I'm going to tell you right now, mommies, stop it. Shut it down. Stop feeling guilty for choosing you. Sometimes it's okay to say, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not taking you. I'm not dropping you off. I'm about to kick back. I'm going to run a bubble bath. I'm going to pour me a glass of wine and I'm going to chillax. Okay? Because guess what? That's my happy place. There's nowhere in the rule book that says that we have to sacrifice and give all and sacrifice ourselves continuously, consistently for our children. I come from the era where I remember where, you know what? Our children are there. Once we have them and they become of age, they need to start serving us. See, they don't know what it's like to have to be the remote control. Yeah. The remote control. For instance, before there was these little Bluetooth wireless little remotes where you had to get up and turn the TV on the dial. So your parents called you up from wherever you are at to turn the TV. They don't know that life. Our kids today don't know that life. And you know what? We've done them a disservice by not sharing with them how integral and important they are to the functioning of our well-being and our happy place. So that's just something to think about. It might sound a little selfish, but you know what? I don't care. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like me. But the point is that sometimes to get to our happy place, we have to do some things and say some things and tell some other folks, unapologetically, no, not going to happen today. Now, I say that, but guess what? Guess who took him to practice today? And guess who's picking him up? Yes, that will happen. But the key is, it's okay to think it. So don't feel bad for thinking it, mommies and daddies out there, especially our mommies, because we really have a heart song when our babies are out somewhere. We don't want our kid to be that kid left somewhere. So in finding our happy place, though, in all seriousness, we have to create a sense of balance. We have to somehow empower our kids to find some solutions when they're old enough to exist and persist and operate outside of the us, just like we did. We had to do it. And we are doing them a disservice, parents, when we constantly take away their ability to decision make and act outside of us, especially for their well-being. So in all seriousness, when we talk about our happy place, it's not about getting some me time or some we time. It's about giving them some growing opportunity. And I strongly encourage you to start allowing your children to grow and problem solve and solution make. And I tell you what, just because it's raining outside, I don't know of any way, place, or shape or form will a little rain falling on their head really shut it down for them. And I'm not talking tsunami. I'm not talking tornado or hurricane. I'm saying the fact that they had to walk to school, walk home, ride their bike in the rain. Because if you're of a certain age, like myself, you remember those days and look at the awesome being you've become because of that opportunity to become a leader in your own right. And not a leader necessarily of others, but a leader of yourself and taking charge of your own life. So just think about that a little bit. So when we think about our kids and that we're cooking for them, we're cleaning for them, they're running around for them, they're taxi drivers, etc., etc., etc. Well, when has that learning opportunity for them to grow into their own? When did that occur? You don't have to answer that right now, because guess what? That might not be in existence for you, and that's okay. But I encourage you, if you want to truly train and teach your children to be contributing citizens in a global world and a global economy, we need to change the way we do some business with them. And although I use that in jest, it's not about taking them and picking them up and dropping them off at games. It's about telling them how to be leaders, how to be decision makers. And that is something that they can literally take to the bank in the long run. So the other thing that popped up in finding my happy place was about career. And how do kids impact that? Yeah, they do. Because oftentimes, as women, we sacrifice career for children. You don't see that as much as men, but you see that primarily in the woman's role, that we need to sacrifice. And I say, no way. Why don't our kids have the opportunity, give them the opportunity to be proud of us and who we are as mamapreneurs, entrepreneurs, businesswomen, executives. And that, yes, we make every attempt to make it every game, but if we don't, they realize that my mom is doing business because my mom is somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes we make decisions for our children because we are trying to think for them and how they're going to react and whether or not they're resilient enough. And I will tell you this, in my role as an educator, as a school administrator, as a mentor, children are quite resilient, especially when they have an understanding of the why. So when we talk to our children, we explain some things to them, they might not always like it, but they will get it. And guess what this teaches them in the long run? How to be problem solvers. It teaches them how to be solution oriented. It teaches them that, you know what? Life might not always go the way that I thought it was going to go, but guess what? I have an answer and I have a plan and I have a method to move forward. And that's what it teaches them, because they're looking at us to set the example. So when we're choosing careers for our daughters, and our daughters looking at us as mothers, our sons looking at us as mothers, and that more and more we see women as the breadwinner. We see more and more women actually pursuing advanced degrees. So what does that say? It doesn't mean that our men are less than. No, it doesn't. It means that the women are coming into their own. And it's okay for them to do so. So we're setting the tone, we're setting the pace, we're setting an ideal, we're setting an opportunity to reach and strive for more than greatness. And I'm going to tell you, baby, there is nothing wrong with that. So in finding my happy place, it's to empower, encourage, inspire, and transform the minds of any and everyone that can hear my voice, to realize that no matter who they are, they can do better. They owe it to themselves to do better. They have within them to do better. And this is not about comparing yourself with somebody else. It's about challenging yourself to be the very best you that you can be. You are an overcomer. You are an achiever. You are victorious. But it's what you choose for yourself, not what somebody else says. And guess what? If you choose to believe all the derogative and negative things that someone else says about you, then you know what? More power to you. And you can wallow in the pits and the gutter as long as you want. But baby, I'm not coming there with you. So guess what? That power, that decision on where you're going in life, how you choose to move through life, how people are going to view you in life. You have power in that. Now, perception is another ballgame. It truly is. But guess what? With perception, it's just that. And some say perception is 9 tenths reality. It may be so. But guess what? Are you more concerned about others' reality than yours? Are you going to limit what you can do because of somebody else's perception of what you can do? Well, not me. That's not going to happen. So although I might take it, shake it, bake it a little bit, marinate on it somewhat, it is definitely not going to be the end all and the be all to what I decide to do with my life. So those are some key things to kind of get when you're thinking about how does my career relate to my happy place? And it is something that you have to do, which brings me to my third point of that courageous leadership. Courageous. It might seem scary. It might seem an enigma. What does courage mean? What is courage? You tell me what courage is. Courage is getting up in the morning when you thought that you couldn't. Courage is going and taking that first step out the door to put in that application that you thought you would never do. Courage is submitting that application for a job that in your mind you thought that you weren't qualified for. Courageous is being able to go and stand in front of your children and say, no, I will not allow you to be less than. You're greater than. Courage is finding the opportunity and the ability to stand up. To stand up for your values, your belief systems. And unapologetically to say, I know that what I'm sharing with you is something that I personally believe in, I entrust in, and I value. And all I want to do is to share that with you. And my heart is pure, my conscience is free in doing so. So having that sense of courageous leadership is important. But it should really be based on your values. And you should never advise people to do things and act on things that do not resonate at a core level with you. So in finding your happy place, which is really what sparked this whole context of this Diva-log today, is that as a mother, sometimes we get lost. Sometimes we get frustrated. Sometimes we're so disappointed because things aren't going the way in which we thought that they would go. And yet we heap all of that manure on our own backs. We start picking up other people's monkeys as if we were the zookeeper. And I'm here to tell you today, stop it. Stop it. Because you know what? To find your happy place, you got to go back to what is fundamentally, unapologetically right for you. As a woman, as a mother, as an employee, as a supervisor, as a manager, whatever it is your role is. And decide and choose that you're going to live life on your terms. You're going to live life on your terms because you're only working on being the best you that you could possibly be. Forsaking all odds, forsaking the naysayers, forsaking those people that told you you can't and you won't and you couldn't, or that you shoulda. Don't have those shoulda, coulda, wouldas in your life. Take a risk. Take the challenge. You owe it to you to find your happy place, to be the best you that you can be. And once you do that, you will truly live a life full of abundance and growth and opportunity. And that is all that you can ask of yourself. And quit being so caught up about what others are asking of you. Do you know who you are? Are you aware of your potential? Are you aware of your value? And if you're not, take some time to be quiet to figure it out. You owe that to yourself. Actually, you owe that even to the rest of us. Because how can you add value to us when you don't even know who you are? And you don't even know how to add value to yourself. And don't use the excuse that, oh, my kids, my career, my husband. So what? Put that to the side. This is about you. This whole message is about finding your happy place. And guess what? If you're not happy, it's your fault. Because happiness is a choice. So choose to be happy. And shed off and distance yourself from all those things that take away from that. So Philippians 4:6 and 7, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. So if you are a believer and you believe God is who He says He is, this is easy peasy. Make it happen. Thank you for joining me on a really quick edition of the Diva-logs with Dr. Dina Marie, and I look forward to bringing you more fire, more focus, and more forward thinking in the new year and beyond. Have a great, awesome Thursday.